Alright guys, here we are with another Marvel Strike Force video today, and we have a special guest, Trevor, or Mobilegamer, or OMG, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, there you go, Trevor's fine.
Alright man, how you doing today?
Outstanding. Definitely all loaded up on that turkey from yesterday. It was quite a feast.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I ended up eating more ham than turkey, which kind of bothers me, but it tasted better, so oh well.
Yeah, I think I had a meatloaf wrapped in bacon, which was the highlight of my meal. Absolutely.
Man, I wish that I was living your life. Oh. Anyways, all right, so we are going to talk about red stars. I know, Trevor, that you had already put out a video on your channel talking about red stars. We're gonna go into it a little bit again, and I appreciate you being here to discuss it with me.
Sure.
All right, so really what we see is kind of some of what we were already talking about earlier today, is that, okay, so red stars, they come in, they give you all of your stats a boost, as well as including the Stark Tech bonuses. All of that is taken into, I guess, consideration with the boost on the red stars, but we don't really know how much that is, so that's a little, I feel like that's concerning, since you don't really know how much the boost is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, like going from like 6-star to 7 stars is a significant power boost, and is getting one red star going to be significant all the way? I mean, is it truly like going to 8 to 9 to 14 stars? I mean, or is it going to like double the power of the character? We don't know. But if it's a modest increase, like let's say having a 7 red star character is, let's say, a 20% boost. I mean, that is significant, but it's not double. I mean, we just don't know, right?
yeah, and I wish that they would tell us that, and it seems like they're withholding that information intentionally, because why not say, hey, each star gives this much percentage of a boost? But it seems like they're probably withholding that because they're thinking that people are probably, I don't know, I try to think the best, but sometimes it's hard to trust Foxnext with some of the decisions they make.
And I personally wouldn't mind a 20% max boost off of this new system. Like, you know, like the 7 red star would be like a 20% boost. That wouldn't bother me. But if it was double, like 100% boost, oof, I don't know, man. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, and it looks like one thing I've really been harping on with these, the way that you obtain the red stars, is that it's going to only be through orbs. And if you're only obtaining these through orbs, that means inevitably it's going to, I think, is going to turn into like, well, whoever spends the most money is going to have the most red stars, you know?
Right. Well, I mean, I think one of the things that appeals to me on this game is, you know, that I can kind of customize the characters that I want to customize, you know. And for me, I typically will pick out the characters that I feel are the best, you know. And so when the game first came out, you know, I was a big fan of Yondu, and so it's like, you know, I upgraded Yondu, right? But I'm not going to have that option with the orbs. I mean, what if I only get AIM and Hydra minion? You know, I mean, I don't know if that'll happen, but the point is I don't have the choice of who I'm going to upgrade. It's going to be completely random. And if I'm deeply invested, let's say, in Nick Fury and the SHIELD team, there's not going to be a way of me focusing those characters out, focusing out those heroes so that I can upgrade them. And if it's a 100% boost, the only way that I'm going to be able to get all of them at max level is to get every character at max level, and I'm sure that is a horrific amount of money.
Yeah, I think that's I don't know, there's so much worries about it, which is exactly what you say, because we don't know. It's going to be super random, and I don't know, it's something, you know, we talked about before, is just, if there's no planning with it, kind of like what you're just saying, like there's no planning with it, it's just going to happen. And what's to say that it's not going to be all, like you said, Hydra or AIM minions? I mean, that's all I ever get out of premium orbs, so why would that not be what I get out of red star orbs as well?
Right. I mean, then it's just luck. I mean, if, you know, which is, you know, if I get lucky and I get the characters that I've already developed out, you know, that's fine. But if I get unlucky and I get characters that I don't like, oh, not so good, right? So we'll have to see. I just, that to me kind of goes against this game. I've always viewed this game as an exercise in resource management, limited amount of gear, limited amount of gold. Have to kind of laser pinpoint on what teams I want to develop out to get the most bang for my buck. A lot of people talk about defenders. It's like, wow, defenders, you get a lot of bang for your buck on defenders, right? If you upgrade the defenders, you're going to get a lot of use. But this particular system, the way that this post reads, doesn't lend towards having intellect. It's completely random. There's no skill. There's no thinking involved. It's just like, oh, you got the character you like, or no, you didn't, or spend money. Your choice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and like I said, I try to be positive. I really do. And I feel like from their perspective, it's like a good way for them to make money. And so, of course, they want to do it. That's what they want to push. That's, I don't know, that's like their thing. I don't know, man. For the player base, and I'm sure if like we're saying this, because I don't know about you. I mean, I've spent a little bit of money on the game, not a lot, maybe like $20-$30, so not very much. And
I've got a lot more than that. A lot more than that, yeah.
I'm okay with spending a little more if I needed to. And so, but like, so we're people who have spent money, you more than me, but still, we've spent some money, and like this seems like a not okay idea to us. And so that's where I think the problem is. Imagine, I feel like the majority of the player base is totally free to play. Wouldn't you think so?
Well, there's definitely a bit of both, and I will be buying at least $100 worth of this and making a video about it. I think, you know, people will get the benefit of seeing what you get. Even if we can spend $100, I don't know. They did talk a little bit here about it being capped, and I don't know what that is or what that means. It says the number of offer an individual can purchase can be capped, but I think there's so much uncertainty on this, and my fear is that it's completely random, and if the boosts are huge, it's going to really offset the PvP environment. Now, against raids and Dark Dimension and campaign mode, all of this is good. I mean, none of this is bad then. If you're talking about playing against the computer, the AI, PvE, none of this is bad. You know, so it's a good thing. It really only infects the PvP mode is where my reservations are.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, I guess, how it works, and then with, who knows if it's coming, but I know a few months ago they said Alliance Wars was coming pretty soon, so if that comes anytime soon, I mean, I guess it just depends on where you get matched, but I mean, it's all just going to be luck, because if someone just happens to have gotten lucky and has tons of red stars on a shield team, it might be impossible to beat that, or a Brotherhood team, or Defenders team, you know what I mean? If any one of those teams, somehow somebody ends up with a bunch of red star luck, you know, it might be impossible to beat those teams because of luck. So.
Yeah, I just don't like that luck idea. No. Because, you know, like if I was dependent on premium orbs only to get all of my characters to 7 stars, where as opposed to having other means of getting characters to 7 stars, either through farming or arena store, things like that. But if I only had premium orbs to get all my characters 7 stars, that would take forever, right? Or an ungodly amount of money, right? And so that's how I look at this. What if the only way to start my characters was only in orbs? What would that be like? I don't know if I'd like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to think about that, but I guess maybe the one thing that we can try and remember is that it seems like when there's been a big upset in game, it seems like Foxnext has at least tried to listen, or at least put on a mask of listening. So hopefully if this ends up being just a complete, just like crapshoot, hopefully they'll listen and be like, oh yeah, we probably need to change this. But I really do like the communication levels. I mean, we don't have enough information to hate this or love this. It's just randomness is generally unfun in my opinion, or expensive. Your choice. You know what I mean? Unfun or expensive, right? You know, and I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I guess it's an understatement to say that they don't have the best track record. It's an understatement. Yeah. As far as this kind of stuff. Yep, you're right about that. So I guess, but what you said there is pretty much perfect, I think, is that we don't have enough information, so we'll have to wait and see. But initially, with the information they're definitely leaving out, because they know how hard or easy it's going to be to get this stuff. So with what they're leaving out, I'd say it leaves both of us feeling a little concerned, to say the least. So
Right, and the two main things I got out of this post was it looks like it's not going to cost gold to implement the stars. Is that the way you read it as well?
Yeah, that's also the way that I read it. So that's at least nice.
So, yeah, so that's the way I interpret it. And then the other thing that I interpreted out of this post was that it's not cumulative. So meaning if you pull a 1-star Yondu and then another 1-star Yondu and another 1-star Yondu, you do not have a 3-star Yondu. You still have a 1-star Yondu, and those extra stars go into shards towards the elite. So then it becomes a function of all or nothing, and those elite red star orbs, you're just praying that you're getting the 7-star on a Yondu, and if you already have, let's say, a 4-star Yondu and you pull another 4-star Yondu, it's kind of a waste unless you get the 7-star. In my opinion, that is unfun. But that's just the way that I interpreted the post. It might come out differently. We haven't seen anything yet. We're just guessing, but we'll see, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's how I read it as well. And I don't know, concerned but hopeful is kind of the way I look at it. So, but anyways, guys, if you're watching this video, let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll have a discussion about it and go from there, figure it out, see what you guys think. Maybe you found something that we missed, but other than that, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that so you can see this stuff. Hopefully be doing more collaborations here with Trevor and maybe some of the other YouTubers. So thank you, Trevor, for coming on. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, I have to add one thing before we go. Hail Hydra. Hail Hydra.